Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading for your daily runner recap on this Monday. Gonna go down through, got the screener here. I'm gonna do kind of like I did, I think it was Friday. Just screen for a few criteria here and then go down through the list and look at the big runners for the day and what they did. So, first one on the list would be BCDA, which I'm already watching. This one, scary. First of all, what jumps off the page is the scary downside move right there. This is the 1 minute chart, by the way. This is the 5 minute chart here and the daily down here. So we had an insane move all the way from down below $3 pre-market to at one point the high of like $6.95, so just under $7. A wonderfully awesome, gigantic, whatever adjective you can think of, move to the upside. And it was pretty much following that trend line, just stair-stepping up that trend line perfectly. So if you were on your 5 minute chart and you were looking to trade this throughout the day, intraday, you could have basically drawn your trend line there, and anytime it got close to that line, buy it. Sell it when it gets up a little bit. Gets close to the line, buy it, sell it. Buy it, sell it. Up and down the line there. Followed the trend line almost perfectly. Until this point where it broke the trend line, and then at that point it becomes a VWAP bounce. As you can see over here on the 1 minute chart, it fell pretty hard pretty fast. When you got a stock with quite a bit of volume that's up that much, if it falls that far that fast, a lot of times, more often than not, you'll get at least somewhat of a bounce, especially when you have the 200 and VWAP here as support. So it did bounce nicely, but then as it gets close to that 50 moving average, the blue line there, and just in general, once you get a little bit of a bounce, that's the time when you want to get out, because you're nearing this resistance here, you're nearing the 50 moving average, and just when you have a big scary drop like that in the afternoon, once it bounces a little bit, just get out of the way, because there's a fair chance that you could see another big drop. This one in particular, larger than normal. I mean, that's a big scary candle. What did it drop from? 637, or let's see what it said. Yeah, 637 was the high, 491 was the low. So that's a lot. You're talking about $1.40. What is that? That's my math's not the best. 491 to 591 would be $1.09 plus 37. So $1.46 in one candle, a 1 minute candle. Unbelievable. Anyway, you don't want to be caught on the wrong end of that. And then your only strategy is to get out on the bounce. Do not hold and hope. If you see a stock that's up this much on the day, drops that big through VWAP, through everything, get out on the bounce. Don't hold and hope, because the odds are not in your favor that that stock is coming back up. As much as you don't want to take that loss, it's not coming up. What's going on, guys? So let's see, what else did we have? That one was like I said, anyway, I did not trade this. I didn't like it. Just seemed like it had big drops in it, and by the time the trend line had kind of developed, I was watching it up in here and felt like I was chasing it, so I did not trade it. But it did provide several opportunities. The best would have been the nice pre-market high of daybreak, but it didn't have very much volume at that time, so I don't know if it would have popped up on your scanner right away until it got I don't know, maybe at market open it might have been hitting some scanners. It would have been hitting new high of day scanners if you didn't have it filtered out with volume. But anyway, then the volume came in. Let's see what else we got here. We got VERU. I'm sure I've got this one. Yeah, right there. VERU. This one pretty much just going sideways after the big spike. It did, as you can see, this is the daily chart. So we have several days that this has been running. If I go to like 3 days, there we go. So the move kind of started more several days ago, last week. I may zoom out the daily. This chart down here is the daily chart. Just trying to see if this is what this looks out like long term, out of curiosity. So it's way beyond all resistance. That's what I was just curious about. Today it's kind of forming a doji candle on the daily, which means it's not really chosen a direction either way. And as you can see on the 1 minute today, same thing, where it just pretty much consolidated all day. A lot of sideways movement. But the move really started, like I said, down here in the threes a couple days ago. And it's moved up, consolidated, moved up. It did end up kind of failing here, but then consolidated and again went back to test that. And then this morning busted wide open through the previous high here between 750 and 8, and then went all the way up to, what was the peak today? The high today, 1083, but that was not pre-market. That's just regular trading hours. Today, let's see how high it got. 1150. Yeah, 1150. So not a very good one for day trading, honestly, because it didn't provide any real good setups, in my opinion. You didn't have, if you look at you had the big move right out of the gate there pre-market, but then it faded back farther than I would like to see. It didn't form any kind of a bull pennant or a bull flag, really just kind of faded back, gave back more than I would like to see it give back. And then out of the gate at market open, which would have been right here, it pulled back even more. It did shoot up out of nowhere. If we look at the 1 minute chart over here or the 5 minute, it did shoot up out of nowhere, but that's not really a predictable move or a high odds setup, so hard to catch that. And then coming out of the halt, I typically would not be buying out of the halt when you got overhead resistance from pre-market, especially on day 3 when we're up this much on, day 3 or 4 of a big move. Not a high odds setup to be buying out of that halt. And then, like I said, just pretty much consolidated sideways from there on out, dropped back through VWAP, broke through the 50 moving average, below the 200 on the one minute chart, and then didn't really get back above VWAP. And I've talked about before, I personally don't like to buy stocks very often when they're below VWAP. It just favors the shorts. Not on my list of criteria of things that I'm looking to buy. I like it to be above VWAP if possible. And then it did kind of dip and then come back. You had a nice move here, but again, not really a setup. You're not really a high odds setup. If you were buying it down here, I don't know what your play would have been other than just like a small scalp, because you had all of this consolidation that you'd be getting into with resistance and the moving average and VWAP. And then once it broke VWAP, it didn't hold it. It came right back down through. So just a consolidation day, not a lot of opportunities for good setups. Now, it could be kind of setting up. You could make the argument for a gigantic bull flag or bull pennant here that it spiked way up and then is consolidated. You could make that argument that it's from here it's going to go back and test those highs after hours or pre-market or tomorrow, and that might happen. So something to watch for, see what happens from here. It does have several days of running. So consolidation day, it could end up being a gigantic bull pennant and going up from here. Let's see. people in the chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got ANPC. This is one I was watching pre-market. Another one, not a lot of opportunity. Huge spike up on the pre-market chart. I was watching it whenever it was doing this number here, spiking way up. But then what? Nothing but fading all day. Not a lot of opportunities. Nothing really from the long side. It would have been a beautiful short if you got shares to short up here in this. It actually would have, it would have been an amazing short. Of course, E-Trade didn't have shares to short, so that's per usual. But I wish I would have been watching that on CMEG. I probably could have got shares to short. I wasn't really looking for the short side. I was looking more long side. But looking at it now, like on the daily chart, we were coming up on resistance there, resistance here, the tops of these candles. So shorting that in the $9 range would have been a pretty good plan, especially as it failed pre-market and then kind of bounced back to where VWAP is. I can't talk. VWAP is. And then when the bell rang, it was dropping. So that would have been a great spot to go short and just risk off this little high right here. The break of 905 or so, get out of it. Or you could, if you wanted more risk off of high of day. But anyway, that would have been a beautiful short. Wish I would have been looking short on that. But I wasn't. And from the long side, like I said, no real opportunities. Today was not the best day trading day for longs, I didn't think. I didn't see much of anything that I loved for setups. The next one on the list over here would be Ruby. Yeah, I still have CMEG. I was eating chips a minute ago. Got chips stuck in my throat. Propel Water. Where's my sponsorship? Propel. Send me, $10K for my sponsorship. Yeah, I still use CMEG. I do have CMEG. I don't use them as much. Don't really, I don't know. I still have the account over there, but I don't like the fees. I am going to start using them more, I think. Now that E-Trade scanner's gone, I think I'm just going to kind of phase over to CMEG. And like I've talked about in other videos, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to open another brokerage like Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, or something like that. But yeah, you're going to be seeing me trading CMEG more and using their charts and stuff soon. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Let's see. Yeah, so anyway, long side, not a whole lot of options there. The next one was Ruby, I think. RUBY. Another one, as you can see, rocketed up pre-market and then even into the bell. Let's see where the bell was. Was that at the bell? Yeah, okay. So at the bell was actually when it first made its move. It didn't do much pre-market. This one, I don't know why. I don't remember this one very well today. Must not have been paying that much attention to. I think I caught a glance at it early on and thought that it was too thinly traded or something. I can't remember what I was thinking on that, but it ended up going crazy from $6 to, what was the high? 1370. So that's a crazy move. As you can see over here on the daily chart, hopefully you guys can see the daily chart coming up. It's almost faded all the way back to the breakout level. So let's see, on track for nearly record % increase. I don't even know what the news was. That might have been why I didn't trade it, is because I was looking for news and it was getting halted or something when I was looking at it. Seems like there, I think it, yeah. Was there a halt in here? Yeah, there was a halt in here. That's what it was. I looked at it when it was getting halted. I didn't find any news on it, and I thought it was up, crazy high for a stock without news, or at least I didn't see any news. But anyway, still didn't have much for setup. Again, I mean, you could have bought one of these micro pullbacks on the 5 minute or on the 1 minute, but it just feels like chasing to me when the stock's going from $6 and you're up here at 10 or 11 dollars. I don't know how to not feel like that's chasing. I know sometimes stocks go from $6 to $20 or $30. It does happen, but I would prefer some kind of setup or something rather than just buying the high of daybreak when you're already up, that much, and I can't find readily available good big news on it. Maybe for a scalp it would have been good. And then again, it gave back almost all of its gains or most of its gains, which is not ideal. I did, now that I think about it, I was watching it here and thought about playing it off the 50 moving average on the 5 minute chart for a bounce, which would have worked out now that I'm, looking back at it, but I didn't at the time. A lot of times if there's no news, that just scares me out. I look for news and I don't really see it, and if I have to dig for it, then I feel like not that many people are seeing it. Then they're not going to hold their gains, which makes me a little more nervous going long, which obviously I just trade too scared and too nervous a lot of the time. That's just the reality of it. I miss a lot of moves because I'm too nervous. Comes from probably too many big losses over the years. So now I'm always looking for a really good setup, a good scenario to get in, not just jumping in and having the stock tank on me a minute after I get in, which has happened many times in the past. Learn those lessons hard. Let's see what else. TMBR. This one I know I did not look at. It must have popped up late in the day because this one I haven't even looked at yet. TMBR. What's going on with you, TMBR? Timber. A pharmaceutical play. On the daily, I definitely don't like it. As you can see on the daily chart down here, I can make it a little bigger, but this is not what I like to see on the daily chart. First of all, it's been downtrending for a while. It was up in the 2s and we're down here in the 1s. Second of all, it doesn't hold its gains, so it's up. It's back down all the way back down to its lows. We just had this day a couple days ago with a spike give back its gains. So yeah, not something I'm really liking on the daily chart or going to be looking to buy unless it can really break out, maybe past the 140 level. You could trade it to 160 something, or past 160 you could trade it up to 180s. And again, you're just kind of reaching for little scalps at that point, unless there's some crazy good news that comes out, but apparently there's not, or at least E-Trade's not showing it. E-Trade not the best for news anyway, but if it's any kind of big news, usually they do show it. So let's see. I think that was about it for the day. BLRX was popping up, I think, this morning. But again, it was another one that I was looking at it up in here, and it popped way up, but then it came all the way back down below VWAP, pop up, and then come all the way back down. These big red candles always scare me away. I know I talk about that in a lot of my videos, but it's just the truth. When I see big red candles and stocks giving back most of their gains back all the way under VWAP over and over, that makes me nervous. Because I don't want to be buying. I don't want to be the one buying, the breakout, and then it dumps back down under VWAP, and you're sitting there trying to decide if you're going to get out for a loss or if it's going to pop back up. Don't like that. It just feels like you have too much opportunity to get underwater too quickly. So, it's Power E-Trade show pre-market charts. I don't know. I haven't been watching Power E-Trade. It's a good question. Let's look and see if I can check it out over here. Power E-Trade. I need to start using Power E-Trade a lot more, probably because it seems like, you know, with the scanner being gone and all that, people are being herded towards Power E-Trade, which means that I should be making videos about Power E-Trade because that's where most people are being pushed. Let's see. Price gainers and losers. I don't know if they have an actual pre-market scanner or not. You would think that they would. It would stand to reason. Gap up on high volume. I haven't even really used their scanner enough to know if, like, their gap up scanner, does that work pre-market? I don't really know. I'm just pulling up their chart right now, or their software, trying to see what it says. I don't know. I don't see a pre-market scanner. They do say that ARVN is the top gap up on their scanner as of right now. That one didn't even pop up on my Market Watch. Oh, it's because it's too expensive. Yeah, I need to plan. I don't think you can even toggle this, to my knowledge. Can you? Let's see. Can you toggle? I don't think you can. Anybody watching this, do you know, as far as I know, you can't even toggle the E-Trade scanners at all. And I want to filter out, like, these stocks here are too expensive. I'm not going to trade. It's very unlikely that I would ever trade a $78 stock, $60 stock. I just don't like them. I trade the momentum, low price stocks. So I want to filter stocks like this out. Miss my scanner, dang it. You know, my kids are yelling in the background. What? Chocolate? You're on camera now. You live. What's that? I said you're live. What's up?
Hi.
I'll be done in a second. I'm just doing a recap of the trading day.
Hi, YouTubers.
BCDA, yes, sir. Anyway, so Power E-Trade. What I was gonna say, Power E-Trade, I can't toggle the stuff like I want to. I want to filter out all different things and change stuff, and I can't do that. It really annoys me. But I guess it's better than nothing. I did also just transfer quite a bit of money to my E-Trade account. I had to move some money out of one of my retirement accounts, and I don't have another account open at TD Ameritrade or anywhere else. So I had to just stick it over in E-Trade account. Should be hitting there in the next few days. But anyway, that could be temporary. I'd put that in an IRA. And I don't know if I'll trade that on E-Trade or just move it to another account once I open one. I don't know. Stimulus package info just in. Hopefully it passes. Interesting. I usually keep up on that, the stimulus stuff. I've thought about jumping on the bandwagon and doing stimulus videos on my channel also, because they get a ton of views, or at least, you know, some people that do them get a ton of views anyway. So I've thought about it. I think I did one a while back, like, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, but it didn't get that many views anyway. It is something though. Like, every day there's new news about the stimulus talks and what's going on with that, and then I debate on should I start doing stimulus videos or not. It'd be sweet to have a video go viral. None of my stock trading videos are probably ever going to go viral. It's too niche to really get millions of views. It's pretty rare. But the stimulus type videos, a lot of those go viral. If I could get one video to go viral with like 1 million or 2 million views, I'd make enough for the year to not have to have a regular day job. So it'd be awesome. BCDA, I did see. We talked about it, but I will go back to it if you would like. Power E-Trade, no level 2 and news. It's really very hard. I agree. It sucks for day trading. That's the reality of it. What was I gonna do? I was gonna look at that one again that he was asking about. What's up, Nafissa? Still feel like I'm saying that wrong, but gonna say it anyway. Yeah, BCDA was probably the one most traders were trading, I would say. It had a nice trend line, it actually had several opportunities in it, and then had this crazy drop that got everybody's attention. So I don't know anything about TradeVolt, but I would like to. Teach me the TradeVolt ways. Yeah, BCDA, like Dave said, it is chopped up. It was kind of harder to trade. It followed the trend line, like I said, but it just, I don't know. It's so, these kind of stocks are just hard for me to trade. It could just be me and my scared nature, but whenever they go up, and then give back most of their gains, go up, give back, more of their gains than I would like. You just see that a lot. Like I remember watching this at right in here, and it kind of formed a cup and handle. But I remember watching it there and thinking it's going to fail. It's going to end up dropping back. So I checked away on some other stock, and by the time I got back, it was breaking out again. And then it came all the way back down below that breakout level, and then went back up and double topped, and then back all the way to VWAP. And then all of a sudden climbs back to make a whole new high before fading all the way back. So I don't know, just a little bit of a dangerous stock to trade, I felt like. I don't know. It did present quite a few opportunities looking back on it, looking back at it now. Several times that it created bull pennants, like right here on the 5-minute chart. You got your pull, and then you would have your consolidation, your pennant there. If I go to my trend lines here, you could definitely call this somewhat of a. This thing never works, I swear. You could call that somewhat of consolidation, like a bull pennant, and then buy that breakout. And then you could almost do the same thing again up here on the 5-minute chart. So it did have several opportunities. Looking back at it, I just at the time felt like I was chasing, or felt like it had too big of drops, and I didn't want to be caught on the wrong side of that. I don't know. It scared me for some reason. Oh. What do you think of QY? Why does QY not come up? What's up? What's up with QY? Why? What am I missing here? Oh, by the way, I don't have a whole lot more to talk about, honestly. We've kind of covered the hottest stocks of the day. But I did want to tell you guys, especially my loyal chat roomers here, that I had the biggest one day of viewers that I've ever had. I don't think I can go into it while I'm streaming live. Maybe I can. I'll try it. See if I can look at it and then pull it over. I thought it was pretty exciting anyway. Let's see, analytics. Sundays always suck, by the way. Here we go. So, it will let me do it. I'll pull it over here and show you. So, as you can see, I'm going to do a video, by the way, about how much I make with the YouTube channel and how many views I've had, subscribers, all that kind of stuff. So coming to a theater near you, but you guys get a sneak peek because you're here with me in the live thing. Anyway, so this day here was Thursday. I had 760 views on all of my videos total. So 760 views total that day, which was a new record for me. So that was an exciting day. The previous highest day would have been like I think it was 724 or something like that. So that's awesome, and thank you to all of you guys, because it's you guys that are making that happen, watching my videos, in here in the chat, talking and getting this, my live little going live chat things, getting more views, all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys so much. And as you can see, my estimated revenue for the month is $418. So in theory, if these numbers all hold up, I'll make a little over $400 before taxes from this channel this month. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I don't have very many subscribers, really. 1,741 subscribers in the world of YouTube is not very many. So to make $400 a month from that, I haven't made that much yet, by the way. I've made like $350 or somewhere around there every month, every fully monetized month. But still, if I can make over $400 from YouTube and keep that up, I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you guys very much for that. The whole market, small call was choppy, sat on my hands until 11, then went away. I agree. But action in now in pre-market or afternoon. Got hard, paper traded, and got CMEG that activated my daily loss. Cool. It definitely was a choppy market. Not the best day trading. You should investigate about TradeVolt and make a video about it, since there's no videos about that in YouTube yet. Great idea, Mr. X. I'll look into that for sure. I'm gonna have to get off of here now and go accomplish something else. And as you can see, my children and Jody and them were beckoning me to stop YouTubing, so gonna get over and do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Gonna probably make a habit of this and kind of do it, at least as long as it gets, several views and it's worth doing and people like it. Then I'm kind of trying it for a while, the run a recap. So anyway, let's jump off of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for viewing, and all the my loyal chat roomers that are always in here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it so much, and it does make a difference to me. Making $300 a month or $400 a month is awesome. Not many. I don't talk about it freely on my videos all the time, but my work actually went on strike, which was obviously not ideal, and then ended up screwing us over royally. The union and the company screwing us over. So as of now, I'm actually not employed, which is why you see me doing a lot more videos and more live stuff. So that little $300 or $400 a month is great. Pays a couple bills. So thank you guys so much for that. I will talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. Have a great evening.